Right now on Denver 7 News at 6, slow down or pay the price.
I'm Denver 7's Christian Lopez, live with the proposed cameras coming to punish speeders in one metro city.
And who should pay for safer sidewalks? Why a group wants a new fee tacked on to Denver property tax bills. Plus,
we're going full force on our suppression tactics.
Colorado firefighters are joining the effort to protect some of our nation's oldest trees. The specialized equipment they're using to save the sequoias.
And the team who brought the Stanley Cup home to Colorado won't be the same next season.
We know we're not going to be able to sign everybody.
The changes already being made to the Avs roster. Some interesting changes too after a championship. Yeah.
We're still following the Stanley Cup around as it makes the rounds with the players. So, and already talking about next season. Good morning, I'm Nicole Brady.
And I'm Brian Sanders. If you were able to survive the oven that we had over the weekend, it was so hot. We are going to get a little bit of a break from it, at least today, Lisa.
I would look up yesterday and see one cloud in the sky and think, please come over us, because it was brutal. We had near 100-degree heat across most of the metro area. This morning, quite a bit cooler. We're tracking a cold front. The winds are shifting out of the north. There's a little bit of cloud cover out there this morning from our Viero camera out east in Lyman. You can see it's breaking up some of that bright sunshine here for the early morning drive. It won't be as hot at the pool. It was great pool weather yesterday, but we will see fewer storms today. Low to mid 70s by noon, so it's going to warm up a lot slower, and then we'll hit highs right around 80 to about 85 with a 20% chance for a few thunderstorms late afternoon, early evening. Most of the storms that we're going to see today will likely be south, closer to Castle Rock, and then south from there toward the Springs. Low to mid 80s though here between about 4 and 5 o'clock, 60s and 70s for the foothills. Coming up, we'll take a closer look at the heat when it returns. I mean, it is still the heart of summer, and later this week it's going to feel like it.
August gets pretty hot too. Right now we do have a monster crash. It's up to the north side of town. For you folks coming in from Longmont, Loveland, coming in from Greeley or I-25, from Berthoud, anywhere from the north, going down to Erie, right near E470. Take a look from the camera there, and you have this big crash. You just have the first responder showing up here. Look at all the skid marks and all the debris across the highway. A couple of cars, people are hurt. This person stopped on the northbound side to help out, and you can see how it's already backing up traffic significantly. So we're going to have more and more delays here on the southbound side. Right now it's registering at just 25 minutes coming down from before Longmont all the way down through here. So this is going to be a big trouble spot. Some of the side streets are going to be better options to get down to 144th Avenue and then join southbound I-25. The rest of the drive is nice and quiet for us anywhere else you want to go, including down to the south side of town. Tour from the airport looks great here on Pena Boulevard. Security wait time actually a little bit surprising, less than 15 minutes right now.
Pretty good news. Speaking of the airport, if you are flying anywhere this summer, airline schedules are still up in the air. Thankfully, operations back at DIA are normal this morning. We just checked FlightAware. 30 flights are delayed. That is not far outside the norm. And a big drop from yesterday, 632 delays. Airport officials say those delays were due to thunderstorms and high winds in the area. Some planes were stuck on the tarmac. Others were diverted to other states, or they had to circle just waiting for the weather to improve, like Liz, who finally made it home from Wisconsin.
Not to be dramatic, but it's kind of torture because, you know, I've been traveling so much lately and I was so looking forward to getting here.
Passenger Bill of Rights does address getting stuck on the tarmac. Domestic flights can keep you there for up to 3 hours. There are 2 exceptions. The pilot determines there's a safety or security reason on board, or air traffic control determines the pilot returning to the gate would significantly disrupt operations.
Smile, you might be on camera the next time you drive through Aurora. The city is putting extra eyes on the streets to keep drivers from speeding through neighborhoods, especially school zones. Denver 7's Christian Lopez joins us. And Christian, this new camera system will go into effect just before school starts next month.
Yeah, it will, and this all came about after the city received several complaints of people speeding and driving dangerously in residential areas. So now they're taking action to make the streets safer and reduce the number of deadly traffic accidents. This new pilot program is meant to help police monitor speed in residential areas and school zones to automatically issue speeding tickets. 3 different cameras would be placed in various locations around the city, and these use vehicle-based laser speed technology and can catch several cars that are speeding at once. The violations that are captured would have to be reviewed before anyone is cited. And the first month that the program launches, the city would issue warnings before actually giving out tickets and fines. In just the last 3 years or so here in Aurora, there has been a 54% increase in deadly traffic accidents, and this new pilot program would last 13 months. Live in Aurora this morning, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
All right, thank you, Christian. Westminster police are urging you to walk in pairs in a certain part of the city until they catch a guy behind 3 attempted sex assaults. All of the assaults happened in the area between 120th and 124th Avenue and Huron and I-25. Last Monday, police say a woman was touched from behind near 123rd and Bannock. Friday, another woman was attacked from behind in the same area. And on Saturday, a man was seen touching himself on someone's balcony. If you can help identify the man, they have not released a description, unfortunately, but if you can, call 911.
Happening today, Governor Polis will be in Evergreen to talk about wildfires and forest health. He'll be joined by the executive director of the Department of Natural Resources and other local leaders. But today's visit comes as crews in California work to put out a huge fire at Yosemite National Park. Check out the smoke that it's created. The Washburn Fire surpassed 2,000 acres overnight. It is burning in the grove where the park's ancient sequoias live, too.
They're very close and they're right around it. And so what we're doing right now is we're doing a combination of cutting fire line, looking at burning out some other areas, but around the giant sequoias.
Yeah, heavy lifting would be an understatement here. Fire crews are using a sprinkler system to protect these beautiful giant trees. Officials say watering them will cool the flames if they reach that area and increase the humidity, which should help. And some Colorado firefighters are in California to help the local crews. The Summit Daily reports the Red, White, and Blue Fire Protection District sent 3 firefighters to monitor campgrounds and watch for other hazards that could ignite a wildfire.
Walking through Denver, you will probably see a lot of this. Cracks in the sidewalks, in some cases even missing sidewalks or missing parts. Denver 7's Veronica Acosta joins us now. And Veronica, right now homeowners are responsible for fixing those problems. One group wants to change that.
They do, and right now throughout the city, 40% of streets, they either have no sidewalk or that sidewalk is just too small for something like a wheelchair, even a family with a stroller to walk on. And that's exactly why Denver Streets Partnership wants to change this. They're hoping they can do this through some petitions. So this group is going to be turning in those petitions today to create the Denver Deserves Sidewalks initiative. The group does need about 9,200 valid signatures to be able to get on Denver's November ballot. The good news is they were able to gather way more than that. Today they're set to turn in about 17,000 of those. Organizers we spoke with told us this effort is especially important for some low-income neighborhoods and, of course, the people who live in them.
The current system is really inequitable. Low-income neighborhoods are the least likely to have safe, well-maintained sidewalks. And the requirement for the adjacent property owner to pay for the construction and repair of sidewalks can be a major burden, particularly on those low-income households.
If this is passed, there would be a $100 sidewalk fee that would be added to your annual property taxes. Again, that would be once every year. In Denver, I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Well, you'll see some new players on the ice when the Avs season starts in October. Joe Sakic signed a new #1 goalie. The Avs traded for Alex Georgiev last week in a deal worth about $3.4 million per season.
We know we're not going to be able to sign everybody. We know that. So, but we've got our priority, and then we'll see. I think some players will test the market, see what's out there for, and see if they want to come back to us. But time will tell.
Why wouldn't they want to come back and get another shot at the Cup? The Stanley Cup continues to make the rounds with the players. Sunday was Sam Girard's day with the Cup, and his dogs got a chance to enjoy it, one of them even sitting in the Cup there. Hopefully just sitting. This was posted to the dog's Instagram account, Tornade the Doodle. If you want to follow him, he has like 5,000 followers already.
I feel like the Chihuahua has a guilty face right now.
Yeah.
What's it doing?
Well, here's your chance to own a piece of the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah, you can't buy the cup or lift it up, but you can buy the jerseys worn at home by the team. Here's Cale Makar's. There are warm-up pucks with both team logos on them as well, even a locker room mat that has the Stanley Cup Final logo on it. It's all on the website ksc.givesmart.com. That auction starts at 9 o'clock this morning, and all the money raised goes to Kroenke Sports Charities. Lisa.
My husband would want that rug. He'd put it like right in front of the house. Yeah, no. We're going to see some mid to upper 60s here at about 9 to near 10 o'clock. It's very mild out there. A few clouds early on. We'll climb into the 70s by midday. Really very comfortable today. Highs are going to be right around 80 to about 85. There will be a slight chance for a few thunderstorms here. I'll show you the timing of that and where we're going to see most of those storms, Jason, coming up.
And we have a huge crash up near Erie right now on the southbound side of I-25 between Erie Parkway and the and Highway 7. You can see part of the crash right in here. You see the rescue squad. They're also walking down to more of the crash. Look at the difference, the skid marks and all the debris that's over here with traffic all squeezed down to one lane. Huge backups over a half an hour. I'll have ways to get around it, as well as another view from Air Tracker 7 as they're getting over it too, coming up in just a minute.
Well, the countdown is on to Amazon Prime Days, less than 24 hours away, but you won't find huge deals just online. Other major retailers are also slashing prices.
And checking in on a Colorado man's interesting mission to push a peanut all the way up Pikes Peak. He did this all weekend long in those 100-degree temperatures. We'll tell you how far he's gotten so far.